Animals out there that try to mess with the porcupine. There's a little weasel-like animal that climbs up in the trees called a fisher. He's an expert at eating porcupines. And great horned owls will try to knock porcupines off the trees, and when they fall, go after them. But most of the time, bobcats and coyotes and wolves and mountain lions and bears, they stay away from porcupines. Now, do we have porcupines here in California? We do, but guess what? Barely. Barely we do, because it used to be people were supposed to shoot a porcupine if they saw it. As a matter of fact, there was a bounty. That means the government, the state of California, would pay people to shoot porcupines. Was that the right thing to do? No, we almost shot them all. Guess what? Turns out the forest can't survive without them. This porcupine here is one of only 2 things that break open pine cones so the seeds can plant. Does anybody know the other thing that breaks open pine cones to get at the seeds?
Me.
Fire, exactly. What do you think we want in our forest? Porcupines or fire? All right, you guys want to meet some more animals?
Yes!
All right. I've got a very, very important animal to the United States of America.
Bird.
So important because this animal keeps our water clean. We know what the hydrologic cycle is. The rain comes down out of the clouds, hits the ground, goes into the streams and rivers, and finally back into the ocean and back up into clouds, right? Well, while it's hitting the ground, it's getting polluted. That rainwater, when it goes into the river, has pesticides and herbicides and dog poop from your backyard, and it gets back into the rivers, and it would be nasty if all it did was go back in the ocean and go back up into the clouds. Then all the water would have dog poop and poison in it. But guess what? That's when the water gets shallow and the sun can beat on it and clean it, and the plants can filter it and oxygenate it, and it can settle. And the bad stuff goes down into the silt and gets eaten by microbes.
Alligator! Daddy's
This dude is the caretaker of the swamp. He is the king of the wetlands. You can come down for a minute? All right, we're going to walk it back so everybody can see him, don't worry.
Hey, sit down!
Okay, yeah, you can down for this minute.
Oh
This is
my
Spike.
God!
Actually, you know what you can do? Once you pick him back up, we'll just let him walk around. Is that okay? Spike is a 6.5-foot alligator. We'll put him up on the table this way. Remember I told you that we have an alligator that was found in a crack house drug raid? We're doing a drug bust, and these drug dealers have an alligator in their bathroom. But all of their money and their guns and their drugs and everything are in that bathroom, and we can't get at it. Will you come help us? So I had to walk through this house with all these big, tough sheriffs with bulletproof vests and guns and gloves, and none of them would go in the bathroom. Because he was in there, and he was in the bathtub going like this. And they're going, I'm not going in there. He was being territorial. He was saying, stay out of here. You know what?
Oh my God!
He got all the drugs and all the money and all the guns because even the drug dealers wouldn't go back in the bathroom. So we got Spike out of there. He was all messed up. He had sores in his mouth, and he was in dirty water, and he had rope burns on him from where the drug dealers were trying to rope him and pull him out and stuff. But he was so tough that he survived it all. And now he's doing great. I've had him for 25 years. This guy is one of my best friends. And I got to tell you, I'm so happy that we still have alligators. Because you guys probably don't know this. But in my lifetime, and some of your teachers' lifetime, these guys were almost extinct.
I got an angle.
Gone like the dinosaurs. Because we first came to this country, we started hunting. We started shooting all the big mom and dad alligators. Is that the right thing to do? No. Yeah, we didn't know any better at the time. We just wanted their belly skin for boots and belts and handbags and briefcases and watches and wallets and shoes. It was an excellent leather, but we were going out and shooting all the big mom and dad alligators so no babies were being born. Well, guess what we found out? About 30 years after there were no more alligators, hardly at all, the swamp started to die without them. You see, this guy is a top-down apex predator. He eats everything. He eats fish. He eats raccoons. He eats possums. He'll even eat a porcupine. He doesn't care.
What?
He doesn't care. He'll eat pigs and deer when he's the size of a car, 13, 14 feet. He keeps all of those prey animals in balance. You can't have a bunch of deer and fish and porcupines without things eating them, because then all the sick and the weak and the slow and the old and the deformed survive, and then it messes up the whole system. You know, when there was no more alligators down in Florida, there was whole herds of deer that had 5 legs coming out their side because they were so messed up, snotty noses. Officials, animal police had to go in and kill entire herds of deer because they were so messed up because we took the alligator out. And then, because all the animals were overusing the resources, eating up all the plants and everything, the land started to erode. Cities started to flood. It was an epic problem. Houses were sinking. All the people that lived in the Gulf of Mexico and Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Florida, everything was messed up. So we had to save the alligator to get everything back in balance again. Well, guess what? We did a little too good of a job. Yeah, now there's over 5 million alligators back in the wild, and we got television shows like Gator Boys on TV. But I think it's kind of cool, because here's an animal that was almost extinct, and we stopped and we used our head and we saved them. And even if we have a problem nowadays every once in a while with somebody trying to make an alligator into a pet, I think it's way better than if they were all gone, don't you guys? All right, somebody give me an adaptation for survival, something that helps this guy survive in the wild. What do you think? What? Their claws. He's got 3 claws on each feet. The 2 outside on the front and the 1 outside in the back don't have claws, because those are for sensing, for feeling, for clams, for turtles, and the mud on the bottom of the river. But those front claws, those are so good, they can climb straight up a muddy bank. They can dig a hole. They call it gator holes. They make a kiddie pool to keep their babies. Moms take care of their babies instead of a pool that she dug. Great adaptation for survival. What about you? Got another adaptation? The jaws. The strongest jaws of any animal on Earth. 3,000 pounds per square inch pressure. That's like a car. A car landing on your hand. Or if you're a fish. Or if you're a raccoon. Or if you're really big, you can even grab a deer. Those jaws are so strong, the teeth can break off, and he just grows new ones. An alligator can go through 3,000 or 4,000 teeth in a lifetime. Those jaws are so strong that those teeth break really easy. He grabs a turtle on the turtle shell. No big deal. He just grows new teeth. How cool is that? Anybody else got an adaptation for survival? Yeah. The skin. On his back, he has the coolest scales. They're called osteoderms. These things have bones, bony plates inside of them that are not attached to a skeleton. And the reason why is not just to protect himself, but guess what? Alligators are solar powered animals. Those scales are everything to him. They protect him, they keep him warm, and they let him move. What about something else? You got something else? His tail is his Evinrude motor. His Johnson outboard motor is right back at the end. That big old powerful tail is how he can almost outrun a motorboat. He can get through that water so fast after a fish, after another animal, because that tail. He doesn't swim with his feet. Even though he's got webbed toes like a duck, he just kind of wades with those. It's tucking those legs against your body and using that tail that really gets you going. Excellent. You guys are good. I am very proud of you. You guys have learned a lot this week. How cool. This animal will probably live another 50 years. And he's probably about 35 years old now. He's going to be around a long time. You guys going to be around that long? Good. While you're around that long, I always want to leave you guys with something you can do to help save the animals you met today. Who's going to have a birthday in the next year or so? That's everybody except for the teachers. They're on the 5-year plan. When you guys have that birthday, you're going to make out a list of stuff that you want for your birthday. I want you to add something to your list. I want you to add a tree to your birthday list. All right, somebody tell me what you're going to do with the tree on your birthday.
Plant it.
Plant it. As it's growing, what's it producing that we all need? When it gets really big someday, a bird can make a nest in it, a raccoon can live in it. You might plant a fruit tree you can pick fruit from, but here's we use a lot of wood, and that's fine. That's good. We just got to do it sustainably. Wouldn't it be great if we replaced the trees that we use? So if you guys each planted a tree on your birthday this year, look around. That's like a huge forest. And then maybe for your mom's birthday, what could you get her? You know, you don't even have to pay for them. California Conservation Corps, Arbor Day Foundation. There's all kinds of places that you can get free trees that are supposed to grow in your area. You plant a tree on your birthday, and you can help all these animals that you just met today. Is that an easy thing to do? Very cool. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you so much for letting us share our animals with you. I'm going to grab Spike right now, and I'm going to walk back down the center so you guys can all see him up close one more time. And if we don't see you again at your school, you guys, have a wild summer. Congratulations on your science camp. Thank you.
It's summer.
Everybody wave to him, and he'll wave back to you.
What?
You guys please sit down while the alligator walks down the aisle. Before we go, we got the winning class to announce.